This is a pivotal point in the nomination for president on the Democratic side. I want to bring in my colleague Lindsay Davis right now. And Lindsay, you're looking at some of the exit poll information we've gotten out of Michigan.
Yes, and just want to remind viewers at home that these exit polls are preliminary, and they do not include 40% of the voters in Michigan who either voted early or absentee. But what we can tell you, priority for the Democratic nominee, 57% of voters in Michigan said that they needed a candidate who could beat Donald Trump. 57% compared to 38% of them agreeing on their same issue. And then if you look at the female voters in Michigan, 57% of the women voted for Joe Biden. 53% of the voters in Michigan are women. 39% of the women voted for Bernie Sanders. If you look at white voters, 72% of the voters in Michigan are white. 51% of them voted for Joe Biden, 45% for Bernie Sanders. So really close there among the white voters. But again, a big distinction when you look at the black vote, as has been consistent for Joe Biden in many of these states. The black vote makes up 18% of the voters in Michigan. 66% voted for Joe Biden compared to 29% of the black voters in Michigan for Bernie Sanders. And lastly, age. Again, these are things that are not really surprises. We know that the black vote goes for Joe Biden. We know that the younger voters go for Sanders and the older voters go for Joe Biden. Here you have it. Those who are 55 and older, that made up 64% of the voters in Michigan, and 66% of those voters voted for Joe Biden. I want to now bring in Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence to get your reaction from this vote. You actually endorsed Biden. We'll say that ahead of time. But your reaction to this really critical win in Michigan for Biden.
Obviously, I'm very excited about my candidate, Joe Biden, winning this election. But I was on the ground going to rallies, going to churches, talking to the people, and I can tell you overwhelmingly, people connect with Joe Biden. And Bernie Sanders has a message that does resonate with young people. But when you talk about overall and a comprehensive appeal to the voters, it was clearly Joe Biden. And another thing that was really important, you had to be there, because I went to polling centers on Monday before Election Day. And the lines were out the door were people who had spoiled their ballots because before they had more options and were coming back in to vote because they are so committed to this election. They want to see a candidate that they're supporting, putting all of their energy behind, that can beat Donald Trump.
And what do you say looking forward to 2020, what this means for Michigan? Do you think that there's a chance that this could be a blue state again?
We're counting on it. For our governor and all of our statewide electeds, we are all Democratic now. We are counting. The fact that Michigan went for a Republican was not something that we were expecting. We were shocked that it went red. We are counting on taking our state back. It will be blue.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.